I can't recall the event. I've been told that I was about to get legged on, a horse called Steelmore, and another horse has bumped into him and he got a fright and just double-barreled me in the chest.
Is this up at Kerrang?
Kerrang.
So you'd rode the winner in the first race?
Rode the winner. I was planning on having a good day because it was that night was my 21st birthday party, and yeah, that happened.
Yeah. So you're about to get legged on, had no warning that it was about to happen?
No warning at all. Like they said, the trainer had his leg on my hand on my leg, and he was about to throw me on, and then it's just happened so quickly.
And I was just reading before, it might have kicked you about 5 metres in the air,
yeah,
something like that.
They said it flew me back, and I think Corson's tweeted just the other day that I was clinically dead for 6 minutes. They said that the compaction of my sternum on my heart has the vessel, my tricuspid valve, actually just burst. So instead of the blood pumping through properly, it was regurgitating, and yeah, it just stopped.
Well, how did they bring you back from that?
They said because I was so fit that my heart just kicked back in. So I was very lucky. They said the helicopter, by the time it landed at Alfred, it was about 3 hours later, and I sort of regained consciousness in the trauma unit.
And how was the pain?
It was quite horrible, but they give you some pretty good drugs for that.
Yeah. How long were you in hospital for?
Initially I was in hospital, I think 7 days, and I came home for just under a fortnight before I headed back in for surgery.
Wow. And how long had you been riding for, Rebecca, before this incident, and nothing like this had ever happened before?
I'd been riding horses since I was 7 years old, and nothing ever like this has ever happened to me. But I'm very lucky. People who have the same injury, they usually just die.
When did you first think that you might want to get back on the horse? Was it immediate, or did you have to think about it?
No, I suppose it helps I don't remember it. But riding horses, it's just something that comes naturally. I never once doubted that I wanted to ride. I had a few concerns that I wouldn't be able to ride, but it's finally happened 8 months later.
Yeah. When was that first ride?
2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my legs were just killing me.
Were they? Were you nervous before you got on the horse?
No, as I said, it's just a freak accident, you know. Could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was me.
I was just away from the mounting yard. Rebecca had won on a horse in the first race, and I was leading him around, and I heard someone say that someone had been kicked in the mounting yard, so I walked over, and yeah, that's when I saw Rebecca on the ground.
And you knew it was her just by the way she was laying?
Yeah, we all know our own kids and the way she was laying there. Yeah.
What were your first thoughts when you saw her?
Pretty terrified, really. Because I actually thought when you hear someone gets kicked, they get kicked in the leg or something like that. But then for her to be on the ground unconscious, I couldn't see where she was kicked, whether it was in her head or wherever. So yeah, it was pretty terrifying. When
did you realise that she had the problem with her heart?
Well, someone came and took my horse, and I went straight over there, and Casey Bruce was already there. She's a fellow jockey, and she was terrific through the whole thing, and she said that she saw her get double-barreled right in the chest, and that she was thrown 5 metres through the air, and so we knew knew then that where she got kicked. Yeah, and I didn't realise later, I guess, how serious it was. I guess even now it just sort of struck home when we read in Twitter about the clinically dead for 6 minutes, because everyone else obviously knew, because they got me out of there straight away. They knew that it was terribly, terribly serious. Yeah, but I guess we're just lucky that she's here.